Hi there, my name is Dominic Coletta and I've been hired to help you learn how to be better at reading. Before I start, let me guide through some of the basic tips of reading. So, one of the first ones that I really think is important is to read every word extremely carefully, as every word can change a paragraph or whatever. They're all really important. Next off, trying to have an academic conversation with the author by engaging in nearly every paragraph and asking questions or having intriguing conversations or comments is also really helpful, as just commenting on everything can help you get a good perception of what the author is trying to say. Next off, it's also really important to look for biases in an article to determine the credibility of the author or such article. Finally, it's also an important thing to do is to find the main idea of the article, as that is very important as well, as that obviously can help you change the entire perception of it. And all those strategies are extremely important and can help you majorly improve your reading skills quickly. And I'll show you how they're important and why they matter with these upcoming images. This right here is the Green New Deal, and basically it's important to read every word carefully because you might misunderstand something, as then you might be misinformed, and that's not something you want to do. So all I'm saying is just it's very important to read every word carefully, as it says there, the transitioning the country to 100%. What if you misread it and you don't fully understand it? That's why it's important to read every word. My next example is going to be on having an academic conversation with the author, because if you don't really have that, then in my opinion, I don't think you can really fully understand a text. I mean, you can, but this is one really easy and fast way to understand a text by having an academic conversation with the author. First off, having an academic conversation with the author is jotting down questions or comments or thoughts that come to your head while reading each paragraph. So while reading this one, I asked the question, by universal healthcare, does it mean around the world? After I highlighted Ocasio-Cortez and Markey's resolution calls for universal healthcare, a federal job guarantee program, and affordable housing for all. And I asked the question, by universal healthcare, does it mean around the world? And looking back on it, probably not. It probably just means in the U.S. So, yeah, that's just another way to learn how to read a paragraph, just by asking questions and then maybe going back later on after reading the whole thing and answering them yourself, like I did right there. Now, in this paragraph, I said the statement, once again, a statement that should be backed up with evidence, because calling someone a male supremacist is serious. And I said this because I highlighted the statement, Mike Cernovich, the male supremacist and conspiracy theorist, made a similar argument on Twitter. Now, saying that and not providing evidence of why is a little bit weird to me, in my opinion, but maybe it's just common knowledge. But then again, that's also another way to have an academic conversation with the author, by just having a statement. I ask a question in a statement, and just doing that with every paragraph is honestly a really good way to do that, and that'll quickly improve your skills as a reader to becoming more aware in complex paragraphs, in my opinion. Now, with my next strategy, it's finding biases in a paragraph. And just to find the biases, sometimes you have to look for generalized statements or extreme heavy evidence for one side but not really showing it for the other, and just focusing on one side. And I'm going to show you how to do this with this small tip. As you can see in this one, it says most Republicans don't have an answer to the question because they deny that anything needs to be done at all. But generalizing that all Republicans don't have an answer is that's how you can tell the author might be a little biased sometimes, is when they generalize a bunch of people in a group towards one thing. So just a hint of advice, when you see that, you might be able to tell the author is biased in some scenarios, or like in here, they don't show much evidence. Now, with my next strategy, it's finding biases in a paragraph. And just to find the biases, sometimes you have to look for generalized statements or extreme heavy evidence for one side but not really showing it for the other, and just focusing on one side. And I'm going to show you how to do this with this small tip. Now for main ideas, usually the title and in this case, the title and the subtitle is a huge indicator on the main idea. Like, it says, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez proposal has countless critics. We asked 2 of them to share their good faith alternatives for reversing climate change. Boom, right there. Topic plus point. That's how you do it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, watch it, and become a better reader. So, thank you.